Hello, my name is Rena and welcome back to my channel. Today I will be doing my first ever library haul. In my previous video, a little bit about me, you would know that I prefer to go to the library and borrow books as opposed to going out and buying books, because sometimes when you go out and buy books, you buy books that you don't necessarily like and then you're stuck with them because, I mean, you paid $20 for it, you can't do anything anymore. So yeah, let's get this party started. First is Tigerlily by Jody Lynn Anderson, and it is a kind of a retelling of Peter Pan and Tigerlily before Wendy, before all the Lost Boys. It's about Fays, so I'm kind of excited to see how it is because I'm not huge on Fae stories. Mainly because the world just always seems so whimsical and it's just so hard to wrap your head around. So I'm kind of excited to see how this one goes. Next one, ironically, is another Fae story. It's All That Glows by Brian Gotti. This book needs no introduction because the movie came out just a couple years ago. It is beautiful creatures. It's about witches and good or evil, and there's a romance to it. So I'm excited to read it because I watched the movie first. See how this one goes. Next one is The Unbecoming of Mara Dyer by Michelle Hodkin. Sorry. This one, once again, needs no introduction. Everyone has been reading this series and I'm kind of excited. I apologize if I'm late to some books because I had to stop reading for a couple years because of college. Now that I'm back into reading, I intend to catch up as soon as possible, so stick with me, people. Next one is, once again, needs no introduction, The Kiss of Deception. Everyone has been raving about this book. Everyone wants to read it, or everyone has read it, has completely loved it, or completely fallen in love with it. So I'm excited to see how this one goes because everyone wants to read it. Sorry, there's so much background noise. There's so many people in my house right now. It's crazy. I'm amazed I have this alone time to do this right now. Next one I will be reading, or next one on the list, is Hellhole by Gina D'Amico. It's about a demon. It's about a boy who summons a demon by accident, and apparently it's really, really funny. So, kind of excited to see how this one goes. I like the cover though. It's kind of whimsical. So the next one is a sequel to Killing Me Softly. It is Tear You Apart. It's a fairy tale retelling. The first one was about Sleeping Beauty, and this one is supposed to be about Snow White, I believe it is. It's cool because it's kind of like in a modern age, so it's like the Snow White in the first story was kind of like on and off dating the huntsman who's supposed to kill her, quote unquote kill and cut out her heart. But you know, decided to see how this one turns out. Next one is Burn Mark by Laura Powell. Apparently this one is also about fays. I pick up so many fae books thinking that I'm gonna fall in love with them, but then I usually don't. So hopefully these ones that I've picked out recently get the thumbs up for me. Hopefully. It's funny because when I go to the library, I normally walk in there trying to return 2, 3, 4, 5 books, right? But then I end up walking out with like 11 books inside of my tote bag. It's terrible. It's a terrible habit. Can you imagine how I am with buying books? I go in there thinking that I'm just gonna quickly browse. Not really gonna buy anything. You walk out with like 20 books, but not really because no one has $200 to spend on books in one day. Nobody's got that money. Sorry. Moving on. The next 2 books need no summary because they are just continuations from the first book. It is the Raven Boys series. It it is Dream Thieves and Blue Lily Blue. I'm really, really excited to read these because I read the first book and I absolutely I absolutely loved it. It was so great. I love how Blue and Gansey are like kind of just fighting each other. They're fighting their feelings for one another. I love how Gansey gets jealous when any guy gets near Blue. It's just, oh, they're so cute together. The feels right now. So, the next book is Tumble and Fall, which is I want to say sci-fi kind of, end of the world kind of book. Apparently the world is about to be hit by an asteroid and there's only like a week left. And I guess the book follows, I guess, a love kind of connection that only lasts a week because human beings only have a week to live left. So I'm excited to see how this one turns out. Excited to see how the panic of the world happens, and while all that's happening, a love is budding. Isn't that weird though? Like, love. In that book, they get to fall in love in a week, but in reality, if you fall in love in a week, it's like, you're crazy. Isn't it? Sorry, my phone's totally going off. It's my boyfriend, who's probably going to end up watching this video. Hello, Chris. Please stop texting me. I'm just kidding. 3 books were recommended by Benjamin of Tomes. I've been watching his YouTube for like forever. It is Anti-Goddess by Kender Blake. Greek mythology book, apparently. Excited to see how this one turns out because I love my mythology books. Blythewood by Carol Goodman. Apparently it's about a boarding school, paranormal boarding school. Excited to see how this one turns out too because I love boarding schools. And Sick by Tom Levine, a zombie novel. Next book is White Cat by Holly Black. Isn't that kind of funny? Because it's like White Cat, Holly Black. Anyway, the main character, Cassell, apparently is born into a family of curse workers who are people who can change memories, emotions, luck with the touch of their hands. But Cassell is born normal. And he thinks he's completely lived this life of total normalcy until he starts having these dreams where this white cat appears and is telling him something. So I'm excited to read this. I'm excited to read all books, really. Next one is Anatomy of a Misfit by Andrea Ports. I love my contemporary. Don't you love your contemporaries? This one says, pedaling faster, faster, faster. Not now, not now. I love the cover too. It's so simple. The next book is The Immortal Rules, which is the first book of the Blood of Eden. And this one is about vampires. First vampire book of the whole lot. I applaud myself. When I first started reading, I was only reading vampire books, so please don't judge me. But I mean, at least now, spreading my wings and reading more. Another contemporary is Top 10 Clues You're Clueless. It says here that Chloe would rather be anywhere than locked in work jail, aka the break room, with 5 of her coworkers, even if one of them is Tyson. But if they can band together to clear their names, what looks like a disaster might just make Chloe's top 10 best moments. Next one is a horror book, kind of, called Shudder by Courtney Alamed. Sorry if I mispronounce it. I'm excited to read your book though, and it's kind of creepy because there's no real summary on the back. It just says that if it's dead and mobile, it's her problem. The cover, it looks so creepy. Can you imagine like waking up in the middle of the night? Just more contemporary books. It is What I Thought Was True by Huntley Fitzpatrick. I'm excited. I love my little like rom-com or like romance novels. And my last one of today's library haul is Just One Day by Gail Forman. I'm really excited because Gail Forman is one of those great authors that is just read all the novels and you're just like, yes, I need another Gail Forman novel, please. Anyway, that's all the books that I have for my library haul today. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you come back soon. Sorry that I'm so awkward. Here is my little library shelf. Here's my little Blastoise and Gara. An empty frame that's not really empty. That's not me or anyone I know. Then there's me, my dad. We're cute. And a candle.